Welcome back to episode 2 of season 4 of the Nottingham Forest career mode here on FIFA 22. Not a season we thought we were going to potentially have the chance to do. Also, not a transfer window we thought we were going to do either. If you missed the insanity that was yesterday's transfer window episode, then do go and watch that because it was pretty mental. We're continuing on today, trying to get in a couple more if possible. Looking to bring in Popescu. Trying to raise some funds by selling a player so I can have enough money to buy Popescu. And from there, we'll wait and see what happens. Dembele has gone out on loan to Atalanta. And Manchester United have come into loan Cali Muendo, which is what I want to do, but not with an option, not with a buy option in it. We're just going to loan him out for a year and hope that he gets some decent growth out at Manchester United, potentially. We lost our first game of the season to West Ham yesterday, but we were exceptionally good in the game. Performed very well indeed. It was just a particularly clinical counter-attack from West Ham as we pushed for a winner that gave them the edge in the fixture in the end. A late goal won it for them. So I'm quite happy with how we started the season. A bit of a test next with Manchester City. Last time we played them, if you cast your mind back, didn't end well. 6-0 was the result last time we played Manchester City, but certainly we have improved the squad since then, considerably so. And fingers crossed, performances will continue to be at the standard they were against West Ham. And the Atletico Madrid have now asked to loan a 2-year deal. Retract that. I thought I'd delegated a 1-year deal. Evidently not. Yeah, 1-year deal with Atleti. That's fine. Fine. Manchester City then. I got myself all out of sync there. Joe Gelhardt is 80 rated. Leeds sold him. He's now back at Leeds. I was just curious to see what he was rated at. Right, City to start. Then it's Oldham in the Cup. And Burnley away on deadline day. Time to find out if we can hold our own with the big boys this season. As ever, drop the video a like, subscribe, and wish me luck. City then, with a couple of improvements to their squad. Ederson, Cancelo, Garcia, Diaz, and new signing Nuno Mendes making his debut at left back. Rodri, Goretzka, and new signing Yuri Tielemans at centre mid. I believe they've let Kevin De Bruyne go. Might be at Atletico Madrid now. Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, and the big man through the middle. If we can perform as well as we did against West Ham and not get caught on the counter-attack, we might be in for a point here. But it was 6-0 last time we played City. I can't remember whether it was at their place or mine, but it doesn't really matter where it happens. It still happened. Joao Cancelo cuts inside and Goretzka will look to build early doors. Are they going to have the first chance of the game? They are not. They might even be down to 10 men early doors. It's just a yellow card for Joao Cancelo. That was dangerous. Goretzka to Rodri. Oh, it's nice movement from Yuri Tielemans. And Orlan could look for him again or go for goal himself. We've seen Erling score spectacular finishes on his right and left against us previously. This time on his left. Emi Martinez with a top stop. Thank you, Emi. Appreciate that, dude. See if you can do it again, shall we? Phil Foden with the delivery. Whipped. And Tielemans with the header. Keeper will come and claim. Nice to have a 6'5" goalkeeper that hopefully will do the business in between the six for us this season. That's a wonderful kick out to Yeremy Pino as well. His distribution, Emi Martinez, really good so far. Jacob Ramsey into Koke. And look at the run by Jonathan David. The touch not quite good enough, but Jacob Ramsey's in. Ruben Diaz is there. Yeremy Pino forces the save out of Ederson. It's sat up nicely for the effort. Koke couldn't quite judge the flight of that. And I might lose this header to Erling. We haven't. Well, we're putting pressure on City, but equally, as you've seen there, they're putting pressure on me too. That press is going to be difficult to deal with all game long. And when they're in possession, they very rarely give it away. Foul on Foden there, probably. But I get a little bit lucky. Oh, that's a nice ball. Dinked out wide there. Koke will try and close down and get stuck in. If we can. Slow Sterling up. Little flick. Nuno Mendes back to Raheem. Good understanding between Nuno and his new teammates. Orlan squares. And Tielemans. Save from Emi. Probably could have held that, but away from danger is better than anything else. Tielemans in and Orlan. Emi off the line by Tariq Lamptey. Emi Martinez really under pressure early doors, but dealing with everything so far, he says. Dealing with everything so far. Another good stop by Emi Martinez. I have a feeling Unai Simon might have conceded one of those efforts that Emi Martinez has saved in that flurry of chances for City. Is Ruben Diaz. Surely he's not going to score from there. Foden back to Tielemans. He can score on either foot. Worried about him. Goretzka. Emi Martinez with the save again. Breathe, please. Oh, dearie me. Really under threat here. Raheem Sterling. Back to Foden. Raheem again. Cross it if you want, lads. There's an offside. I'll have the ball back. Ta very much. Tielemans out to Sterling. Look at that. 76% possession for City in the last 15 minutes. Can we get to that? We can. Can we get to it again? Just. City dominating this first half. But look at the run Jonathan Davies made that I couldn't find. Sterling. Tielemans. Sterling. Orlan in the world of space. Trying to slow him up. And just not making the decision there, Erling. Do I shoot? Do I pass? In the end, he does neither, and we win it back, and it will be 0-0 at half-time. But if anyone's going to score in this game on that evidence, it's going to be them. Tielemans, Orlan, Tielemans, Orlan. Out to Nuno Mendes. Just helps it around the corner to Sterling. Arsenal have equalised up at St James's Park. Just ask Manchester City fans. Not an easy place to go these days, St James's Park. Certainly more difficult than it was when Cambridge went up in the FA Cup last year. Yes, I will mention that result for the rest of time until it's beaten. As a monstrous result for the club. Away, please, Emi. Oh, my God. He still kept it in. Klaarsman away. Why would you not let me change from Callum Hudson-Odoi there? Jacob Ramsey was in a great position. Oh, he forgot the ball, but only because Rodri had handballed it. I wish he'd picked up possession there and run off with it, because now they've got all of their defensive players back. They've made a change. Sterling off and Meshino on. I don't know anything about Meshino, I'm afraid. Tarek Lamptey will have the pace to deal with him, you think. Don't know anything about him. He might be absolutely rapid. Everton signed Luis Felipe. That's a signing I actually did on Football Manager a couple of years ago. Everton manager and Luis Felipe came in. Emi with a big save. Emi Martinez. Tarek Lamptey's attempted clearance was just diabolical. And still, the pressure from City. If we somehow get a draw from this and or keep a clean sheet, it's a miracle. Tielemans to Erling. Mikolenko trying to track with Phil Foden. Still trying to track with Phil Foden. Keeper will come. I think that actually came off my defender's head first, but Emi able to get it under control. Tarek Lamptey out to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Burst of acceleration to get away from Erling, who very nearly crunched me. Ramsey with the turn. Finds Thomas Partey. Now the defender's pushed, and it's left some space here for Jonathan David. Space that is closed by Ruben Diaz, who oh my God, who continually is the best centre-back I've come up against in this save. The entirety of it. Ruben Diaz is impregnable as a centre-back. I'd love to have him in my team, but I don't really feel like I've ever been in a position in any save to be like, I can nab Manchester City's best player. Meshino looking to get in behind Tarek Lamptey. It's just been breathless. This entire fixture has been end-to-end throughout the entirety of it. Nuno Mendes out of position now. Hudson-Odoi back there. They're looking forward for Jonathan David, but Rodri's in the way this time. City so strong defensively, so strong offensively, but so far neither defence has cracked, despite the incredible pressure placed on it. Foden in behind Mikolenko here. And we're past the end of the game, so we have to keep this out. Ref, please. There we go. Well, last time we played them, 6-0. This time, clean sheet. We still haven't scored ourselves, but that shows the signs of improvement in this team. And we threatened them at times as well. A ridiculous game of football that just felt like it was over in a heartbeat. Arsenal were 1-0 down at half-time against Newcastle and have turned it around. We've picked up our first points of the league season now. It's not going to affect our league position too much because it's only a single point, not all three. But we should get a win in the game against Oldham with a sim upcoming. And then, from there, we should be able to beat Burnley in the final game of the day. I'm going to rotate with the 4-3-3 here, but that side certainly should still be strong enough to be able to deal with Oldham. Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to have to play it, it seems. Jonathan David transfer bid from Chelsea for £100 million. Ah. Chelsea Champions League. Calimuendo. Well, I might have to reject this now because Calimuendo might end up staying. We lost Gonçalo Ramos for 117-ish to Bayern Munich. Understandable. Now, Jonathan David was one of the best strikers in the league last year. We signed him from Southampton, where he scored 11 goals. He came to us and scored 11 goals. Chelsea are in the Champions League. We're trying to get there. We are desperately trying to get there, but I'm going to have to negotiate this, aren't I? 100 million is already a massive bid, but I'm not going to lose my saviour from last season for anything less than 115. I want at least 115, lads. At least 115. They'll pay 120.8. They'll pay 120.8. And so, everything changed again. We should have enough money to bring in an adequate... No, bid for Niakate, but we're not looking to sell him. And Roma, we can get that. Oh, yeah, Arsenal want Yates. Okay, intriguing. We'll negotiate. Arsenal certainly should be able to afford the 25 or so million pounds that we have asked for from every other club. But Yates has turned down a contract at every other club that's come in for him. They don't want to pay more than 19.5, it seems. I don't necessarily need the money now, but I also don't necessarily need the player. 22.5 Arsenal will pay. Now what happens? So, Calimuendo will start in this game against Oldham with the rotated 11. We'll see if he can put in a performance, shall we? Calimuendo loan offer. Again, I'm going to reject that for the time being because things are changing with our forward line. Is Jonathan David gone yet? Thomas Partey's wanting to play. We've got bigger games coming up, Thomas, certainly, than Oldham at home in the Carabao Cup. So we will play that team, and we should still get a convincing victory. We win on penalties. We dominated the game, though. 60% possession, 8 chances to their 3. So certainly we deserved the win. And it appears things are about to change between now and the game against Burnley. Yates, sold. Jonathan David, gone. Fiorentina want Niakate, reject. Right then. I need another first-team striker again. At least now I have the money to go and get Popescu. So let's go and get that done. And we'll still have about £120 million to bring in a new striker. Jonathan David came in for 6 months, saved us from relegation, and has earned the move to the Champions League side. I can't really deny him that. £50 million. Why wouldn't you have accepted that before? Fair enough. Negotiate. Let's see what we can do with regards his... He wants an important squad role. Will you sign rotation? Might be difficult to keep him happy, but over 5 years, we should be able to. He'll get plenty of sub-football, that's for sure. Remove bonus. You can see how much money we're going to have left to negotiate a striker. But we're going to have to be measured in what we do, because we can't just go out and sign one of the world's best, because that's not the position we're in. That's why we've ended up selling Jonathan David and Gonçalo Ramos. So, Tammy! I wanted Tammy last year, and he moved. He moved to Sporting. He's still there. Tammy Abraham. Oh, Tammy Abraham. Tammy is going to come in. I wanted him before. I couldn't get him. I'm going to get him now. Yes! I'm actually really pleased with that. I think I probably would have preferred to keep Jonathan David. Ooh, that's punchy. But certainly, Tammy Abraham is a player worth having. And they'll accept 80. Welcome, Tammy. Back to the Premier League. He's on 27.5 grand a week. Even just for the wage rise, it'd be worth him coming in. 4-year deal. Perfectly happy with that. Thank you very much. No release clause. 89 grand a week. It's about what I expected to pay him. Just shy of 100. It really is just shy of 100. You're in, Tammy. You're in. Welcome back to the Premier League, young man. Now, Jonathan David saved us from relegation. Can Tammy Abraham fire us to the next level? Is Tammy Abraham going to be the man to give us Champions League football? Let's go and find out. Time to play Burnley. Burnley in there 4-4-2. Grabara in goal. Roberts, Lovato, Palmer, Brown and Marin a regen. McNeil, Brownhill, Twine and Schmid in the mid. Weghorst and Bebu up top for them. Tammy Abraham makes his debut. I really enjoyed using Tammy at Chelsea a couple of years ago. And I've wanted to use him in this save from the off, really. Certainly when I saw that he was at Sporting, that really piqued my interest as to, like, we could actually pick him up here. But he'd just gone to Sporting, so we had to look elsewhere, and that's why we ended up with Jonathan David. We shall wait and see if Tammy Abraham is the real deal. I certainly hope so. Hudson-Odoi into Thomas Partey. Forward to a certain Mr. Tammy Abraham. Turns well. Finds Mikolenko. I'll go to Tammy again. Tammy out wide to Callum Hudson-Odoi. In there to Koke. Tammy turns and... Whoa! Nearly finds the top corner. Now, a certain Tammy Abraham might be pretty damn good in the air as well. Up we go, Tammy! Lovato got to that. Win that, please. Brownhill has. It's fine. We'll keep the pressure on. Hudson-Odoi. Mikolenko. Oh, it's a heavy turn, actually, and we've lost possession. Nunes to Koke. Get that out wide. Tarek Lamptey forward. Hudson-Odoi. I'm always hesitant with when Hudson-Odoi runs off like that, because 9 times out of 10 he just runs offside. In there to Koke. Looking for Tammy. Gets himself onside. Holds it up. And Grabara makes another good save. Tammy's causing problems, though, isn't he? Come on, Tamster. Get on the end of this. Up we go, please, Mr. Abraham. Oh, it's a good header. But Grabara makes the save. I do need to not fall foul of only trying to isolate Tammy Abraham as my striking option. Or goal-scoring option. But I tell you what, he's coming bloody close from these corners, isn't he? If we can just get the right ball, we might get the right finish. Cleared off the line by the defender. Ramsey lofts it into the middle. That wasn't really a loft, was it? You've kicked it straight at the man in front of you. Well, I don't think I could have come closer with Tammy Abraham in the opening 20 minutes. Could I? 2 brilliant saves from the goalkeeper. A clearance off the line and another one tipped over the top. Unbelievable start for Tammy Abraham. He means business. Can he get past the defender here? Not quite. 20 minutes in. Somehow it's still 0-0. But I'm sure... Hello, counter-attack. I'm sure Manchester City were asking themselves, how is it still 0-0 in the last game as well? Weghorst held up here. We are a little bit open to the counter-attack, it seems. Schmid tackled. Are they open to a counter-attack? This is breathless at the start of the game. Tammy will look all the way out wide for the run of Yeremy Pino. Roberts has come across and taken it off him. Twine out wide to Bebu. Twine again. Into Bebu. Takes in his stride well. Emi Martinez with the save. Corner's coming from the far side. Danger here at Turf Moor. Delivered well. Mikolenko's underneath it. Thomas Partey rises above everybody else. And Bebu balls as his first touch up. We're away. Oh, Ramsey needed a quicker turn than that. They've kicked it against him, though. I'll get a little bit lucky there. And we'll switch this just to make sure the man that eventually has possession has some space. Yeremy Pino played in down the line. Ooh, not much in way of options there. But Thomas will find Koke. Here's Jacob Ramsey. Oh, please. What a goal! Nottingham Forest are flying this season. We're so much better than we were last year. Playing brilliant football. Koke's movement is spectacular. That's his 2nd goal of the season. We are in front against the Clarets. It's loose from Burnley from kickoff. Although, fancy Weghorst in every aerial battle. They didn't even bother jumping against Koke there. I think he was so nonchalantly confident of winning the header. He didn't try and jump. And he should have done because he didn't win the header. Mikolenko. Yeremy Pino. Where's Tammy? Back post. Oh, I was digging that out to try and find him. They do love a counter-attack here at Burnley, though. But they're going to have to be better with it than that. I'll look for Jacob Ramsey in this gap. It's Tammy it's going to fall to. Tammy! Keeps trying to find that far top corner. Grabara will not let him get it, will he? Stop that, though, pal! Tammy on debut. 2-0. Yeah. Driven to Weghorst. And floated. Yeremy Pino gets there. And Nunes will catch it up. Thomas Partey out to Yeremy Pino. Mikalenko's made a great run. Not so sure about his first touch, though, I will be honest. Schmid the mid. Wout Weghorst. Transfer confirmed. We are still gutted to have lost Jonathan David, but hopefully we have adequately replaced our Canadian superstar. Hudson-Odoi. Sharp turn. Look at the space on the far side. Oh, it's a lovely ball to Yeremy Pino. And we'll stand it up into the middle. And Tammy tried an overhead kick. Can't quite get to that. Brownhill. Bebu. Emmy makes the save. Brilliant stop. Yeremy. Oh, can't quite find Thomas Partey. Dwight McNeil. The pressure continues here from Burnley. Nicely intercepted by Nunez. Tell you what. Oh, I tell you what. That isn't the pass I wanted. That's what I tell you what. Bebu. Scott Twine. The pressure continues here. Tariq Lamptey intercepts. The pressure is eased. Let's just slow it down. And just ease the tempo here and try and see this game through. Game management wasn't great last season when we were under pressure. And we did drop a number of points late on in a number of games. But some of the football we're playing this season is brilliant. Koke just loves it, doesn't he? Absolutely loves it. Out to Mikalenko. Into the middle. Tammy's there. Oh, and very nearly scores another. Grabara with a good save. Tammy Abraham could have had about 8 goals in this game, couldn't he? Who's underneath this? Mongola's just come off the bench. Here's Koke. See Callum Hudson-Odoi there on the edge. Into your stride. At your feet. Grabara makes the save. Burnley don't know what's hit them today. It just won't stop coming towards their goal. And we've been able to do in this one what City couldn't in the last, which is get the ball in the back of the net. Yeremy keeps that alive. Tammy's there. Needs some support, though. Koke. Klesterman. Hello. Calm down, pal. Hudson-Odoi's calling for it. Mikalenko was going to go on the overlap. Hudson-Odoi still going to need him. Back. First time cross. Tammy! It's wide. That's a nice ball to Rodriguez. He's gotten past me. Oh, it's really well worked. Top finish from Wout Weghorst. Game's not over. For all of our good play going the other way, Burnley have been dangerous. And that was particularly well put together. Nice little ball. Shame they broke through the challenge there. But nice little ball around the corner. Wout Weghorst finishes for his second goal in 3 matches as well. So he's quite happily tucking the ball into the back of the net for Burnley as much as anyone else. We'll take Tammy off for Bustos. And I'm also going to bring on Eddie Salcedo for Koke and move Ramsey back. Just to try and add some fresh legs throughout the spine of the team. See if we can't just see this one out. To be fair, I could probably just FIFA it, couldn't I? And pass it about between now and the end of the game and let the time disappear. Maybe that's what I'll do. That's exactly what I did. We win by 2-1 against Burnley. We could have had a hatful today. Some spectacular football. And Grabara save, Grabara save, Grabara save, Grabara save, Grabara save speaks volumes about how that game went. 12 shots on goal. 2 goals. Spurs lose at home to Norwich. Ooh. Who'd be a Tottenham fan, eh? Amazing start for Tammy Abraham. He has already made his mark on this team and in this save. Popescu, I want him to settle in first. He didn't come off the bench, but that's fine. He will certainly get plenty of football here. And we can't always rely on our strikers. So we are going to need goals from elsewhere. But that's where Koke's been coming in and stepping forward. 10 hours to go on deadline day then. The biggest deal so far. Jonathan David to Chelsea for £120.8 million. Darwin Nunez from Liverpool to Aston Villa for 98.4. And Renato Sanchez from Lille to Real Madrid for 96.2. Villa has spent a lot of money, but they were relegation threatened last year and won't want to be down there again, will they? I'm not anticipating doing anything else in the remainder of the window other than loaning out Cali Muendo. We shall delegate that. Just the 1-year loan, please. Don't want him going permanently. Klesterman. Jesus Christ. Bayern Munich. Why are you buying all my best players? Need another centre-back. Lucas Klesterman. Valued up to 40. He's 20 years of age. We shall negotiate. We do have Mark Gahey. We could just go out and snap up. We already have a centre-back we would quite happily replace him with. But And they'll accept 40 as a counter. Okay, well, looks like Lucas Klesman's going out on deadline day. So, my entire back line's going to change, isn't it? Where are you, Mark? There you are. You can come in then, pal, for about the same fee as the outgoing Klosterman. Let's make sure that Klosterman agrees terms first before we commit to buying him, but it's probably only a matter of time before terms are agreed. Calimundo loan offer from Juventus now on a 1-year loan deal. Just a loan deal, which I am quite happy to accept. Another bid for Klosterman, this time from Fiorentina. See, that one I'm quite happy to reject, because it's Fiorentina. It's just the fact that bloody Bayern Munich came in. If it wasn't Bayern Munich, I could have quite happily rejected that. Aguero's just gone to Real Madrid for £34.8 million. Klosterman sold to Bayern. Calimundo has agreed a 1-year loan move to Bayern Munich, which we will accept. And now Atleti have come in for Jacob Ramsey, but they've offered me Fabian as make weight. I don't want to do that, though. Atleti have taken 2 of my best players already. They've taken 2 of my best players already. We've gotten Partey and Koke out of them. But no. I'm standing my ground. With the way we started the season, previous to that deal, the Partey deal and the Koke deal, they were both before we'd started the season. But seeing how we've started to play at the beginning of this year, I think I can justify starting to bat some teams away now, because we look very, very promising. So Mark Gay's going to come in here. I have to pay about 40 million for him, but that's fine. He's much younger, to be fair, than Lucas Klosterman. 4 years his junior, although they do want quite a bit of Wolfsburg. But you'd imagine Margay will grow quite well. I certainly hope so. Anyway, they adamant they want 55. Just because I've got the money doesn't mean I want to spend it. I'm not going to throw everything at this. 45 million, they will accept. They tried to play hardball. It didn't quite work for them. Deadline day deals again. Well, I'll say important, because he's only 82 rated. That means if we do end up signing a cracking centre-back in the future, he's not going to be absolutely put out, because he's on crucial. I'll offer him just 60 grand a week, and he should accept that, to be fair. Plus a £230,000 signing on bonus. Sure, you're in. Mark Gahey is into the club and into the starting lineup. Niakate, unfortunately for him, continually drops to the bench. Trikoupis, not very good as a centre-back, no surprises. And that will hopefully be that for the majority of the rest of the window. We might get a loan in for a couple of others, hopefully, but I'm not planning on doing anything else now. We've lost so many players we weren't planning on selling, though. Calimundo has rejected the loan offer to Borussia Dortmund in favour of going to Juventus. Now, Wolfsburg, who I've just brought Mark Gahey from, would now like to sign Julian Biancone. I'm going to reject that because I want him as backup in my squad still continually. He's certainly a player that can do a job. We've lost so many players in this window that we didn't want to sell. Sevilla have bid for Niakate. I'm going to reject that as well continually. Nice have come in for Larrea. Larrea is still certainly capable of doing a job for us. We're going to keep him at the club. 3 hours to go. Please leave me alone, everybody else. Oh, they actually did. Nearly £1 billion spent. A late bid for Mongala from Bayern Munich. But it doesn't matter if I accept this or not. There is not enough time left in the window for that to go through. Only 2 hours and it doesn't happen. So, I'll reject it. Bayern have nabbed a couple of players off me already as well recently. So, I'm quite happy to turn that down on this occasion. I'm not getting stripped apart. Alex Mighton, Loms have come in. I can accept it, but again, there's not going to be enough time left for that to go through, unfortunately. So, in this transfer window, what are the deals that have gone through? There's been a lot of money spent at a lot of clubs. Arsenal have spent 170. They've brought in Badiashile, Lukaku, Yates and Malacia. They've let go Mbuku, Jovic, Vieira, Sambi Lakonga and Lazzari and probably more. Villa have spent 165. Belotti, Mere, Aguirre, Nunez and Diamande, letting go Howes, Diego Carlos and Crisene. Brighton, Cunha Bacca Jr. in,
Sanchez, Lamptey to me, Dunk and Ørstegård out. Chelsea, £209 million spent. Silva, Centelles, David and Crisene in. Werner, Sarr, Ziyech and Chaloba out. Everton, Ryan Robles, Luis Felipe and Simon. £90.3 million spent. 135 made. Unai Nunez to me. Jeremy Pino to me. And Truffert, I don't know if he went anywhere else. I wouldn't have taken any more out of Everton, just the same as I didn't want Atleti or Bayern to take any more from me. Fulham made 3 signings. Vestergaard, Pino and Moreno. Leeds, not much from them. Ronzier, Gelhardt back at the club and Mailer. And Christensen out. Leicester, Dennis, Palhinha, Adeyemi and Ginter in. Martinez to me, Mancini and Kramaric out. Liverpool spent 231 million. Kroos, Fabio Vieira, Pellegrini, Alaba, Walker and more, I'm sure. Nunez, Robertson and Kimpembe sold for £240 million. Mendes, that's Nuno, and Yuri Tielemans in at City, the 2 players that we played against earlier today. Manchester United, Mamardashvili, the 6'6" goalkeeper, and Koulibaly, who's probably aging now, in, with Akanji, Diop and Soucek out. Alcacer in, as well as Zubeldia at Newcastle. Botman and Baumgartner out. Norwich have spent 16.8 million. Marusic rates Brenner, Romaglio and Dantas. Ourselves, Jesus Christ, 358.6 made. Spent. 338.4 made. Koke, Bustos, Salcedo, Lamptey, Martinez and the rest out. Dennis wanted him to leave. Badiashile didn't really. Ryan wanted him to leave. Nico Williams didn't want to sell him. Joe Willock didn't want to sell him. And more besides. Mbuku, Guiri and Thuram in at Southampton with Beto, Lianco and Ramsey out. Spurs have spent 230 million on Gomez, Robertson and Rodrigo. Fofana and Gil out. Lato, Arnold and Conceição in at Watford with Bayo out. West Ham, Zakiri and Gomez in with Alvarez and Aguerd out. Wolves spent 150 million. Jude Bellingham at Wolves. Olsen, Matip, Boadu and Dupe. They sold Jose Sarr, Joe Gomez and Charles de Ketelara. Ridiculous transfer window. Not just from me, but from a number of other clubs as well. Received offers. Can I see the ones that I sold? I can't, unfortunately. Sent offers. So we signed Lamptey, Martinez, Nunez, Mikolenko, Pino, Popescu, and Tammy Abraham, and Gay, and Bustos, and Salcedo. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new players into the club in that window. Nunez. So that was because I wanted to, because I wanted to, because I wanted to, because I wanted to, because I was forced to, because Terrier left. Because I wanted to, I was forced to, because Jonathan David left. I was forced to, because Klosterman left. Because I wanted to, because I wanted to. And Unai Simon out because we wanted to. We weren't necessarily looking at Partey. We weren't necessarily looking at Koke, but they came in as player plus cash deals. So the starting lineup, the entire back 5. In fact, let's put it this way. The starting 11 from last year, 2 players remain. Koke and Hudson-Odoi. 2 of my starting 11 are the same from last season. 9 first team changes. That's one of the biggest turnarounds of any save in any window. That's outrageous. Transfer deadline day ended. The pain and joy and just sheer confusion and panic at what was going on is over. Thought the Alex Mighton move might get rejected, didn't we? So, transfer history. Let's show you what the biggest deals were throughout that window. David, we saw. Nunez, Renato Sanchez, Tielemans to Man City. That was 88.1. Pellegrini to Liverpool. Guiri to Southampton. Bellingham was £85 million. Szoboszlai to Barcelona. Joe Gomez to Spurs. Andy Robertson to Spurs. Rodrigo to Spurs. Bloody hell! Charles de Ketelara went to Leverkusen. Karim Adeyemi to Leicester City. That's a hell of a signing for them. Leroy Sané to Inter. Hlojek to Frankfurt. Noni Madueke to Monaco. Willock we lost. Depay to Monaco. Kimpembe went to Barca. Gavi at Valencia. How Gavi's ended up at Valladolid in the first place blows my mind. Malacio went to Arsenal. Inacio to Sociedad. Timber to Hertha Berlin. Schlotterbeck to Leipzig. Matheus Cunha to Inter. Replaced with Timo Werner, or actually pushed out because Timo Werner came in earlier in the window. Mendes we saw. Diop has gone to Bayern. Bayern has spent a massive amount of money this window as well. Lisandro Martinez to Juventus. Fabio Vieira, as we saw, to Liverpool. Baumgartner left Newcastle to go to Juventus, 84 rated. Terrier to PSG, of course. Gonzalo Guedes at Wolves, now in real life at Hoffenheim in this save. Lukaku to Arsenal, still 86 rated. Sunset to Leipzig. Andre Silva to Chelsea. Kakare, Schlager, Conceição. Barco finally makes it to Europe. Lazio for £48.7 million. Palhinha to City. That was a ridiculous transfer window. Just crazy. We're 9th in the table, but the board, very happy with me at the minute. Southampton, Arsenal, Sunderland and Wolves lie in wait for us in tomorrow's episode. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief. That's the nuttiest transfer window. It feels like every season we do, almost every season, the transfer windows just get more and more intense. 9 new signings in the starting 11. And that wasn't because I purposefully went out to change that many people. That's just what happened. Insert mind-blowing emoji. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow where we'll actually play some football and thankfully take our mind off the transfer window.